I'm about to turn 23 next month, and it just now hit me that my life has completely changed in the past year. 11 months ago was the month of April 2024. It was before I hit my $10,000 month in May. And from October 2024 or 2023 until, you know, what was it, March or April 2024, right? I was stuck making $0 to $500 a month with my coaching business. And it was tough, it was a tough time for me, in some situations I didn't want to be in as well. And now, fast forward in the past 11 months, I've scaled my business all the way up to $50,000 months. And next month, I want to hit $100,000 before my birthday, which is on June 1st. So tonight, it really just hit me that, again, my life has honestly changed so much. And it's not anything like, I don't know how to explain it. It's such a weird feeling because I've worked so hard in the past year and I've seen so much progress, and there's been so many ups and downs along the entire thing, and emotional roller coasters and everything like that, right? And I've just honestly just now realized, like, oh my, like I'm living the life that I used to pray for. I'm living the life that I've just couldn't stop seeing in my head, like going to bed thinking about, you know living in a city, driving cars, nice dinners, having a something I'm genuine doing, like having a business that I'm genuinely passionate about, right? And that's what I do now, where I genuinely love what I do. The coaching business that I have now, I change lives for a living, and I don't know, this might get a little bit emotional video, but so much has changed in the past year, and I couldn't be any more grateful. So many ups and downs. I want to get into it a little bit more in depth here. I just want to start with where, everything started. So if you guys don't already know, I started my coaching business again in October 2024 or 2023. And when I first started, it was just a side hobby at the time. It was just like a side hustle. I was just posting on social media, and I wanted to find a way to like monetize my passion and what I was, my skill set, which was fitness. I was a fitness influencer for the time. And I got into coaching, and for the first 6 months, all the way up until, again, April 2024, I was making 0 to 500 a month. I made a total of like 1.5K my first 6 months of my business, and it was the most demotivating thing ever. I was struggling with making money, and it was just so bad, but May is when I invested into my first mentor, and I made my first 10,000 in May. And after that 10,000, don't get me wrong, it wasn't just a straight shoot up. There was, as soon as I hit that first 10,000, the month after that, I just dropped right back down, right? And it wasn't because like I got, I didn't know what I was doing or anything. It was genuinely because I got comfortable, right? And looking back at it now, it taught me a lot of things. But during that time, I was in a relationship at the time, and it got me comfortable, and set my priorities in the wrong places. And this is why, like, now I'm not, it's a separate story. But again, it put me in a bad headspace. I was always in a bad headspace, always stressed out, anxious, nervous. I wasn't confident in who I am at the time, and it affected my business, and my business was having very like big ups and downs, and like a lot more downs than there was ups. And it wasn't until, I think it was like, was it September or like, I get September, November mixed up, but like September, I think it was, I hit my first $30,000 month. And I remember the month before that was when there was a breakup. And it triggered me. I've always been fueled by pain, like always fueled by pain. And let me flash back even more. 2 years ago, I was working a job at Aldi, or like 2.5 now, but I was working a job at Aldi, which is a grocery store for those who you don't know. And I keep looking away, like I'm not like, and I don't really like talking about the breakup stuff too much, like in my life. I don't like to like go into detail with that. I always keep it very surface level. It's just a breakup. But my first breakup that was like my first actual girlfriend, and that breakup like destroyed me. I remember driving back home, after breaking up, and I was just slamming my car, screaming in my car, hitting the steering wheel. And I was genuinely thinking, should I just drive into this tree? I was speeding down the road. Should I just drive into this tree? Because again, at the time I was just young. I was 20 years old and I didn't know how to handle all my emotions and everything like that. I was genuinely thinking, should I drive into this tree because I don't know what I am left with anymore? Because I was so sucked into that first relationship. What was it, like 2022? 2023? I was so sucked into that relationship. I literally had no identity to Josh Chang. Like, Josh Chang was not a person, right? And when I lost that ex back way when, it destroyed me. I didn't know how to handle it. And I remember after that, it was like 1 a.m. when I was driving home. And I remember I had work the next day, so I had to wake up at 4 a.m. or 4 a.m. So it was like I got no sleep. I didn't sleep at all. I went to work and I walked in there and I was just crying at work. And I was genuinely just crying because this is old Josh Chang, but I was crying at work and I didn't know how to handle, everything. And it was just too much for me to handle. I went home early from work that day. And I remember soon after that month, I quit my job. I started my social media and I had a TikTok video go up very viral and I quit my job. I took a trip to Paris and then while I was there, I was like, nah, I can't do this anymore. So I quit my job and I went all in on the social media. And I keep in mind, I didn't make any money with social media, but that breakup taught me a lot. Because again, I was fueled by the pain. Right, the pain fueled me to do more with my life. So it got me to start my social media, take it seriously. I posted nonstop 3 times a day. I remember for 6 months straight, never missed a single post, three times a day. Right, never missed a single post. I would put so much effort into editing, filming, going to the gym, being lean, all that fitness influencer stuff. Right, and it was such a time, it was like no stress. It was just like, wasn't even doing it for money. It was just passion, and I just wanted to become an influencer, become famous. And that was like the whole thing, and just like revenge and like making my, first ex, like be like, oh fuck, he's influencer now. He's all big and all, but it was the wrong reason. It was fueled by pain. And then eventually, again, fast forward to now 2023 of October is when I started. Instead of using my social media as trying to be an influencer, I started the coaching business. And when I started the coaching business, again, this first 6 months didn't go too well. And then obviously May was the first $10,000 month. And then from there, I was in another relationship at that point. And this one was very like, I don't even know how to describe it. I need to go to like therapy to really dissect my brain with this one, because this one really threw me off. Hit my $10,000 months or $10,000 months, and then again drop back down. And then it was just like a big up and down thing, and like a lot more downs and ups. And again, when that relationship ended, which was like, I think it was September, I want to say, because as soon as that breakup happened, for like, I remember it was like 1 or 2 weeks, I was just so down. If you guys go back to my YouTube videos, you'll know what it was, because I was posting those Road to a Millionaire. I posted like 5 of those before I stopped, but if you look back, I just watched this video today too. It was literally a video of me fresh after the breakup, and I made a video. Let me pull it up here. But I remember I was just saying, I put on my Instagram story actually. Check this out, right? Talking about, right? I want to look back at this, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. Look at how hard these times were. And I want to see myself when I'm in a way better situation, right? Holy shit. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for pushing. Thank you for documenting this. Thank you. Because I can see the growth. I can see the change I've made in myself. Thank you. Right. And that was 7 months ago, like fresh after the breakup. And again, this was like one of the weirdest times. I wanted to quit social media. I wanted to quit my coaching business. I wanted to quit everything. It was so hard for me. Either way, I was like, fuck, I got to document something. And I was like, no, I can't quit, There's people that look up to me. There's people, as egotistical as it sounds, there are people that look up to me. I was like, I can't let them down. So I kept going. I documented, my thought process during that week. I remember there's so much going on in my head. I was always thinking like, can I make it? Can I I gotta, again, fueled by pain. I gotta prove them wrong, right? So I grinded my absolute ass off. I grinded so hard. Like I grinded like I had so much focus after like after I got over that weird emotional phase, I never cried after this second breakup. It was weird. I never cried. Um, I don't know why I didn't cry, but I never cried after that second breakup. And I don't know, maybe it was because I was like, I wasn't sad. I was just very confused and angry. I was just like, I don't know, maybe you guys can relate, but I just never cried after that second breakup. It was weird. And to this day, I still haven't cried. It's a weird feeling. I don't know. I feel like a very, not numb person because I'm very joyful. My friends know, and my friend, like, they all know, like, I'm smiley and everything like that. But with girls, I'm very shielded off. I'm very like, I don't. Right now, it's like it's hard to commit to a girl. Usually, every time I meet a girl, I'll just like, go on dinners, like have fun. But like, I can't do anything very serious with them right now because it's like a wall I have up right now. You know. So, where was I at? Yeah, I was recording those videos and it brought me back to these. Right, fast forward now, I watched it back today, and I was just like, holy shit. Like, because I remember the way I was thinking in those videos when I was filming. I was like, this situation sucks. I gotta grind. I gotta grind. Like, this situation sucks. I gotta make it out. I gotta prove people wrong. And I was just thinking, like, I hope I record this and I can look back at it. I want to record this and look back at it and just say thank you. And I watched it back today and I'm genuinely telling my past self thank you. Like, thank you so much, past Josh, for like trying and going and not stopping and just like going and going and going. And then I wanted to quit so bad at that time, I remember, but I snapped out of it and I just went even harder. I had so much focus. I had no distractions. Just work, work, work. Work is all I knew, right? And I scaled it to $30,000, right? My first $30,000 month, and I just scaled it up since then, right? And now, fast forward, we're at $50,000 months. Now, since that transitional period, I lived in Maryland at the time. In January of this year, 2025, I moved to Miami. Right, I came here just as a trip, like I was just visiting my friend, but it turned into like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna just permanently stay here. So now I live in Miami. I've been here for the past 4 months now. And my life has genuinely changed. I bought a Porsche, now 911. I live in Miami, and these are all materialistic things. But again, it's how I measure my achievement. Obviously, it's like the only like thing I can actually attain it on. But it's like, I look outside this balcony. It's like, holy, like the view I wake up to every morning. The sun hits me in the face. The warm weather, palm trees, beaches, pools, a bunch of supercars, nice dinners. Like, it's everything I've ever wanted. I used to sleep. I used to sleep thinking about this. I used to scroll on TikTok, repost all the nice cars, all the lifestyle that I wanted. And now I literally live the same lifestyle I always wanted, right? Did I get my revenge? Who cares, right? Because I'm past that. I genuinely don't care, about proving. Well, I guess because I still want to prove people wrong, but I'm not really fueled by pain. I've learned and I've really grown a lot, in the past year. If you knew me a year ago, you don't know me now. Like, I promise I'm two completely different people, right? Things don't bother me. A lot of things really do not faze me at all. I'm really just focused on me and me alone, right? Anybody can come into my life. Anybody can come in and out. It genuinely does not affect me anymore, right? Because I know at the end of the day, I just take care of myself. Take care of myself and the actual people that I love, right? My family, my close friends. I only have two real close friends I can call my brothers, right? I got Cruz and Jack, minus my actual siblings, right? I'm the oldest child. I got three little brothers under me. But, I want to take care of them as well, And I may not be, I don't communicate with my brother. So I have three brothers. One, he's 19 now. And the other two are like very young. They're like 7 and 8. So, I just, like, the 7 and 8-year-olds, they look up to me like obviously a lot because they're young. But my 19-year-old brother, growing up, I wasn't the best brother. I was being mean to him a lot. I was an asshole of an older brother. But, yeah, I mean, now he's, in college and he's doing his thing. He's in a great relationship. So I'm happy for him. Genuinely happy for him, actually. Like, I can tell he's happy, which is what I want, because, damn, this is getting emotional. But, because I just want my family to be happy at the end of the day, I want my brother to be happy. I want my brothers to be happy. I want my parents, my mom, my dad, stepmom. Like, I want everyone just to be happy. And that's why, that's why I'm here. And I want to do so great. And I want to prove them not wrong, but I want to prove to my parents at least that, hey, like, even though I wasn't the greatest kid growing up, like, look at me now, right? I want to be able to make them super proud. And I know they're proud, but to me, in my head, I haven't done enough. And I'm sure any entrepreneur can relate. And every sort of success, any like milestone that you hit, it's cool for like a day, but then it wears off very quick and you want to get more. And it never feels like you're doing enough. And again, I just want to give back because I don't know, sometimes I want to switch roles with my brother. Sometimes I want to, switch like, he seems so happy, he doesn't have stress. He's just a college student, his stress is so like different right now, versus my stress. My stress, you know, it's a different type of, I don't even know how to explain it really. I try my best, but don't get me wrong, I'm happy. If you think I'm sad, I'm not sad. I'm just really thinking hard. This month, the past 2 months have been a lot of real hard thinking about life and everything, like my true purpose and everything like that. But again, making them proud is then the end goal. Retire, everybody. You know, here it's the basic stuff that everybody wants, but it means a lot to me. I've always been, I've never been like an asshole in life. I've never been like a super selfish person. I've always wanted to just, I would care. I genuinely care about people. In relationships, for example, like actual relationships. I'm never the type to cheat. Never. I will never, never, ever like, I will unadd people. I will do whatever I need to again, I will never cheat. I genuinely don't understand how people on this planet cheat. It makes no sense to me. If you cheat, I do not understand how you can just like go behind your partner's back and cheat. Like it makes no sense, But again, I'm never that type of person. I always, I have too good of a heart to do people very wrong. I don't understand how some people on this earth are so twisted. And some people genuinely, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Some people are fucked up in this world. It's sad to say, but I guess it's how the world is. And you got to come to terms to accept that, and I have. So again, I always do me. If people come in and out of my life, I don't care. I'll just do me at the end of the day. I'm just chasing my own dreams and making it happen for younger Josh, right? But yeah, fast forward again, I wanted to quit for so long, and then obviously now we've scaled up, and I genuinely want, like, again, my birthday is June 1st, so I really want to hit $100,000 before my birthday. And now that we're doing, like, in terms of like coaching business wise, we'll get into like little business talks here. So we've been like floating around these months, like these number of months for a little bit, like the past 3 months, and scaling up to 100K has been like really hard. Well, not hard, but like a little bit tricky. It really is at the end of the day a numbers game. So it's like, okay, what are we doing consistently? Keep doing that, right? Have the correct inputs, make the small tweaks for improvements. But organic wise, I feel like we've not hit a cap, but like it's very like flatlined right now. So it's been tricky. But now that we're implementing paid ads as well, which is again just fueling the fire. If you're doing paid ads, you got to be at least willing to invest 3K a month into ads, bare minimum. So now we're fueling the fire. We just launched paid ads, so it instantly, I mean, we should hit 100K. Like I generally would be confused if we wouldn't. It's just mastering ads now. So yeah, we're hitting some ads now, but I want to hit 100,000 before my birthday because again, my birthday is on the 1st, and if we hit it in April or May, it'd be a big accomplishment. It'll make me feel really good, and not just because it's a number. And I told my dad he wants a Rolex, so I told him, I hit 100,000, I'll buy you a Rolex. My mom, I want to just pay off the house. I just want to pay off the house that she lives in. I have a dog as well I really miss in Maryland. He's a little white Maltese, and he's like literally the cutest thing. I remember I got him in middle school, and I named him Bobo. His name is Bobo, Bobo, and I brought him home. He was like the tiniest little puppy. He was like this big, like really like this big when we brought him home, and now he's like this big. He's like he's getting older now. He's like 9, but he's still is just as energetic as he was as a puppy, and I freaking miss that dog so much. No, I need to go back home to Maryland. I think I'm going to go home for Mother's Day just for like 2 days, just to see obviously my mother, and then my puppy, or I guess my dog, not a puppy anymore, but. And I want to give back more. Like I need to like make this all happen. I need to become like the most successful person in my bloodline. As corny as it sounds, I want to become the most successful person in my bloodline. I want to take care of my parents. I want to take care of my future family. And a lot of people won't sacrifice the now for what they want in the future. And that's the biggest mistake you can make, right? I gave up going out and drinking every weekend so long ago because I always knew that's just something that had to go. Nobody who's super successful just goes out every single weekend. There is some, but like most successful people, right? What are the similarities and the common traits? They don't go out every single weekend. Or some of you guys go out every single weekend. I don't understand how. Like, sure, have been through the phase. It's like a little fun. But doesn't it feel like shit when you wake up the next day and you're hungover and you're like, fuck, what am I doing with my life? Right? When do you guys genuinely wake up and say, let me realize that my life right now actually fucking sucks? Right? You have to wake up and realize. Because again, if the pain of changing doesn't hurt as much as the pain of staying the same, you'll never change. Right? Realize that the position you're in, as comfortable, and if you want to cope, keep coping. But you can't lie, to a certain extent, sometimes your life fucking sucks. It genuinely does. But the thing is, what are you going to do about it? Right? Because I've been in a situation where I've said my life fucking sucks. I used to work a job. I used to DoorDash. I used to try to trade. I failed many times with all these businesses. Failed relationships. Failed friendships. Always been the weird kid growing up. But again, my life fucking sucked, and what did I do now? Right? Look at everything I told you. Right? I live in Miami, have my dream car, and these are all materialistic things, but dude, my life is so much better now. Right? And it always, again, comes down to I did something with it. The only difference between me and you is that maybe I started sooner, but I stuck through it. Right? I actually cared enough about my own life, and I cared about myself enough to actually do something with it. Right? So many people, I see it so many times where you just, I'm going to do this. I want to be rich. I want to do this. Blah, blah, blah. And nothing ever happens. You guys, so many people like to just talk and never put any real actions behind their words. And it's the biggest thing holding you back, and you know it. You know that you are the only, you know that you are the only reason that your life is the way it is right now. And as soon as you realize your life is your fault, you can change it. Because again, your future outcome is also your fault, right? So if you do something and you want to create a great future, do it. Please do it and stop just talking about it. Now, again, wrapping this all up, again, the whole reason why I'm talking about all this is just because it hit me tonight, I was talking to my friend and I realized where I am in my life now. Or I didn't even realize, I said, holy shit, it was literally 11 months ago where I was struggling. 11 months ago I was struggling. And now I'm in a whole different position in my life. And it's like, I don't even know if this comes off right on camera. Like, it genuinely doesn't make sense to me. Because I moved so fast that I didn't even realize. It felt like it's been so long, but it's only been 11 months. So I'm just thinking, 3 years from now, with the knowledge I have and the experience and the connections I have now, where will I be 3 years from now? When it is time to have, a wife and kids down the road as well. It's like, where will I be? And it's super, super like, I know I'm not the type to quit. I'm not the type to just give up or let things slow down. If something doesn't go my, I'll find a way to make things work. Right? Always that type. But, and your life can change so fast. Like, my life changed so fast. And again, through all the ups and downs, no strong person ever had an easy life, right? So again, I always embrace all the hard times. I never shy away from a hard time coming my way. Like, I know next month is going to be a fucking battle, right? The month of May is going to be so stressful. I'm going to be overloaded with work. I'm doing so much, but I'm ready for it. Because again, no strong person ever had an easy life. So I'm ready for all the hard times coming my way in May. I'm ready to tackle it, hit my first $100,000 month, finally, and then celebrate my birthday on June 1st with all of my close friends and make it a good time. So, again, I know I kind of use these type of videos to just get my thoughts out, because I don't like to just, if I put this as the Instagram story, I can not get it out, If I have quick thoughts, I always get it on my IG stories, but on here is really for documentation of my thoughts, right? I want to look back at this 7 months from now or 6 months from now and see where I'm at. It's always nice watching back your old thoughts and your old stuff. It's like writing those notes that used to, like, how in like elementary school used to like write notes, and you know, they mail it to you like 7 years later, and you read it back and it's like, oh my gosh, like it's so cool. Except now it's like with a camera and like emotion, and you can feel the emotion with everything. So I want to watch this back 6 months from now and see where I'm at. But it's also for you guys to see like, hey, I'm still a real person, man. Like, I may have like, you know, on social media, I look like this super cool guy or whatever. You know, drive all the cars and dinners and watches and the lifestyle and all that. But I'm still just like you. If you meet me in person, you'll realize like I'm not like no celebrity. You know, I'm literally just a person. So if you guys ever see me, don't treat me like a celebrity. Just I'm a regular dude, right? I'm just a regular dude who chases dreams. But you can do the same. If you guys like this video, obviously not follow, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you thought. You know, let me know what you think. Sorry, it's only 4 a.m. right now, so it's like real late. I gotta go to bed. But again, I appreciate you guys watching all the way through. If you guys are here all the way to the end, I genuinely appreciate you so much for, you know, sticking around and listening to me just blabber my thoughts out. But I'll see you guys soon, all right?